Bzz. Hey guys, JStars360 here with my vlog on the episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Bzz. Now this episode, how do I put this nicely? This was probably let me look for what I thought. This is probably like one of my least favorite episodes of the show as of right now. For a couple of reasons, which I'm gonna get into. It wasn't a bad episode. It was decent. I mean, there was some stuff I liked. I liked the stuff with Coulson and, him dying. I like, this episode did take itself a bit more seriously, and it did kind of make me care about the twins more. But at the same time, again, I mean, we know that the twins aren't going to die. I mean, they're the main characters. We're like 6 episodes into the season. They're not going to kill off a major character this early in the show. I mean, maybe in a end of the season, 2 or 3 seasons in, but no, you don't kill off one of your main characters in the first season. And that being said, it was nice seeing them, but again, you knew how it was going to end. And the other episodes, like the Eye episode, they were kind of, up until the end, you couldn't really predict what was going to happen. Whereas this episode, you sort of knew how it was going to play out. And for a suspense action show, usually you want to be on the edge of your seat knowing what's going to happen. And again, also, I think they're trying to force me to care about the twins, even though they're my least favorite character. I think they're... Because I've already said before, Coulson, the Asian person, and Ward are the only characters I really like on the show. I mean, I'm kind of warming up to the twins, but... nah. Also, I think they were shoving down the movie references again and again. There weren't that many. There were only like 2 or only like 3, but they kind of felt a little forced in this episode. Whereas the last episode, when they referenced it, it felt very natural. Here it was like, I have a lot of iron in my blood. Don't worry, I'm not Iron Man. Or, he makes Captain America look like the dude. I'm like, really? Like, if you're going to reference it, make it appropriate. Like the Chitauri helmet, that's fine. But if you're just going to keep making one-liners about the show, you reference something when it's appropriate, not just referencing for the sake of referencing. But anyway, this show does more than reference. It just flat out rips off the movies at one point. There's a scene... I'm talking about the scene where the girl, I forget her name, Fitz, I think her name is. I forget which one's Fitz and which one's Simmons. Get it? Fitzsimmons. But where she jumps out of the plane to save everyone on the plane. And Agent Ward jumps after her. And it was such a ripoff of the scene from Iron Man 3 where Iron Man saves all the people falling out of the plane. Like, I'm like, really? Are we really going there? It's the exact same thing as Iron Man 3. But unlike Iron Man 3, where they actually shot it out of a real plane, it looks so fake. You can clearly tell they were just shooting in front of the blue screen. You can clearly tell there's no way these actors jumped out of a plane. Like, it clearly looked fake. But again, I can't be too harsh on that. I mean, it's a low-budget show. There's no way they can get the money to do that stunt or hire stuntmen who could do it. But yeah, I mean, I was just more about the fact that they're reenacting something from the movies. That's just low. That's something I'd expect out of writers and Defenders of Berk, which is a show on Cartoon Network based on How to Train Your Dragon, which don't watch unless you're either a little kid or a diehard How to Train Your Dragon fan. It's not worth your time. Only watch it if you're like me and you just have to know in case something ties in. Even though everything introduced in that show is going to get closure by the end of it. But that's neither here nor now. Anyway. So one theory someone had was that Coulson was... I thought he was a robot at one point. But when he takes off his shirt at the end, that kind of disproves it. I mean, you can clearly see the wound. A friend of mine theorizes he's a clone, which could also be a possibility. But they keep giving us a bit more insight into Coulson. Hopefully at some point we'll get the answer, which hopefully won't feel half-assed. Like it'll feel like a legit answer, not just we brought Coulson. We're gonna come up with a lame excuse because really we had no explanation. We just brought him back because we realized this show wouldn't be as popular if we didn't have Coulson. Because Coulson's awesome. Same way. A couple more things. Also, the ending after the credits. I love how they acknowledge the whole losing the signal breaking up cliche. And it's also setting up what could be a potentially interesting conflict, possibly for the season finale, possibly a later episode, where basically a head guy at S.H.I.E.L.D. threatened to take Coulson's team away if he disobeyed orders. It will be interesting to see how that comes into play later on, if it comes into play. Because, sometimes episode will allude to stuff and then never actually happen. But hopefully that's not the case. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this week's episode. It's As for next week's episodes, again, it's going to depend on when I see Thor: The Dark World. There's something coming up that could potentially interfere. It's probably, as of right now, I'm thinking it's probably, again, you guys will know. But so, just so you guys know, if I don't see Thor: The Dark World this weekend, you probably won't be seeing another Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. vlog until I see it. So just keep that in mind. Again, it's totally out of my control. Well, it's kind of in my control. Alright, I'll just tell you what it is. There's a family event going on the weekend in the movie that I can or cannot attend. I'm thinking of being nice and attending it and just screwing my love movies. But at the same time, there's my clique who's going to see it, who's probably going to see it that weekend, or maybe they'll be nice and wait for me next weekend. So my dilemma is that if I don't go see it, then I probably won't be seeing Thor: The Dark World until it comes out on DVD, or unless I just want to go see it by myself, which I don't want to do. I don't want to get any more personal than that, but yeah, that's my dilemma. And so yeah, those are my thoughts. So you can expect, again, so Thor: Dark World, and then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But in the meantime, don't worry I don't think anyone's sad that I won't be vlogging about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because barely anyone watches it, so I don't care. So, this episode. Please share your comments on it below. Also, if you want to give me advice on whether or not I should screw family and watch Thor: Dark World, or just wait and not see it opening weekend, just comment below and let me know. And if you like this video, like it, dislike it. If you didn't like it, although be sure to comment why, although no one does that. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, just click subscribe. And I'm not going to say click right here to see more because that would be a ripoff of Jeremy Jones. But anyway, those are my thoughts on the episode. This is JStar360 signing out. Hopefully everything will work out. But if not, then don't worry. Got tons more videos coming your way. See you then.